You know, in the world of sports, there are moments that don't just break records, they completely redefine the entire game. Today, we're going to deconstruct one of those exact moments, the story behind a single historic transfer that sent absolute shockwaves across the globe. Okay, let's get into it. And at the very center of it all is one man, Neymar Jr., the athlete who became the most expensive football player in the history of the sport. And that title, it comes with an immense amount of weight, a lot of prestige, and a story that's every bit as dramatic as the price tag itself. So you have to wonder, how did this even happen? How does one player's move from one team to another just completely shatter the financial record books? To really understand the shockwave, we have to go back to where that incredible talent was first forged. Now, our story doesn't start under the bright lights of some massive modern stadium. Nope. It begins somewhere much quieter, much more humble. It all starts with pure, raw talent and just a singular focus. I want you to picture this scene, a small, local football pitch in Brazil, surrounded by old buildings. The sun's setting, casting these long, dramatic shadows. And right there, a young man is training, completely alone. The ball is glued to his feet, and his expression is just pure, unwavering determination. This is where the passion was born, far, far away from the crowds and the cameras. And this contrast just perfectly illustrates his incredible journey. I mean, going from that solitary field, that quiet passion project, to the deafening roar of a packed stadium on the world's biggest stage. It's a jump that speaks volumes about the kind of talent and drive that was about to grab the whole world's attention. And that is exactly what happened. The stage got bigger, the lights got a whole lot brighter, and the energy from the crowds became absolutely electric. On the pitch, his speed and his agility, they were just undeniable. The cameras, the fans, the spotlights, they followed his every single move. And it was a clear signal a true superstar had arrived.
But you know, with great fame comes great speculation. And in European football, that speculation often zeroes in on one key thing: buyout clauses. The whispers began, and pretty soon, rumors of a monumental transfer started swirling, and that put the pressure on in a very, very public way.
This is when things went from just talk to a full-on pressure cooker. He was suddenly under a microscope. The media scrutiny was relentless, and these rumors were just constantly swirling about a potential move. You can feel the weight of expectation just building and building. He wasn't just weighing a career move. He was weighing a decision that would literally make him a part of football history. And then the whispers became a reality. The buyout clause was triggered. It was a move that sent shockwaves through the sport before a pen even touched paper, changing the world of football forever. The setting for this historic moment was every bit as grand as the deal itself. A luxurious, high-rise office with these massive windows looking out over a glittering city skyline at night. All the important figures were there, from PSG and from his own camp, and the atmosphere in that room was just a mix of celebration and monumental significance. And in that room, the final steps to history were taken. Step 1, the intense negotiations, they were done. Step 2, the final agreement was right there on the table. And all that was left was step 3, the signature. It was this deliberate, focused movement, a single stroke of a pen finalizing a deal that would echo for years and years to come. 222 million euros. Just let that number sink in for a minute. This wasn't just a new record. It more than doubled the previous one. It completely obliterated the scale of what anyone thought was possible, sending a very clear message to the entire sporting world. A new financial era had just begun. So, the deal was done. The record was smashed. But what happens next? For Neymar, and for his new club PSG, which was backed by its super ambitious ownership, this transfer marked the beginning of a bold new chapter. The reaction was immediate, and it was chaotic. As you can see, the football world was completely split. For his new fans, it was pure jubilation and hope. That was the biggest reaction.
But for pretty much everyone else, it was just a mix of shock and total disbelief at the sheer scale of the deal. The main takeaway, though, no matter how you felt, everyone was talking about it.
And finally, we see him standing confidently in a new stadium, wearing his new team's jersey, in front of this massive crowd that's just buzzing with hope. He raises his arms in a gesture of triumph. And that moment, it shows you that this wasn't just the end of some transfer saga. It was the powerful, grand beginning of a brand new era. So he became the most expensive player in history, and a new chapter in football kicked off. But it leaves us with one final, fascinating question to think about. When a record is shattered so completely, inflating the entire market right along with it, what is the true price? And what is the true legacy of making history?